Hey playmates, welcome back to our haunted house. You guys see what I did there? Alright y'all, so hey playmates, welcome back to our clubhouse. Hope you guys are having a really good spooky day. You guys know I am excited. It is officially October. It is spooky season for me all year round, but I'm super excited for just that it's October. I can't wait to have my Halloween-a-thon and just everything, just having my little watching scary movies, reading scary books. I'm here for it, so let's just get started. And yes, I do have my spooky makeup on, so little trigger warning, I'm probably going to be doing a bunch of videos with spooky makeup, so just to let y'all know, period. Alright, so today we're going to be doing our our September wrap up, y'all. So I'm just going to go to Goodreads. I am a library girly, so most of the books that I have I returned back to the library, so I'm just going to be using Goodreads, and I'll post a little picture of it. And I will be uploading my reading vlogs of my books. I haven't done that yet. Your girl is behind. I've been doing more self-care, so I've been slacking, y'all. But it's all right. I'll catch up. Reads. It will be. You can follow me on my Goodreads. It'll be linked in the description box below for you guys. But yeah. First book we read in September was Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I finished this book on September 5th, and you guys, what a quirky book. I really enjoyed Eleanor. It had such a good twist at the end, you guys, and I kind of predicted it. I had my suspicions. I was like, oh, okay, but it was still really cool, just her journey. It had a bunch of layers. It was like she was pretty much a stalker, and she was, I would say she's kind of antisocial, and she's just a weird, awkward character. And I don't know, she was just such a fun read. It was the book of the year, and has 2 million copies sold. So I mean, it speaks for itself. Your girl gave it 5 stars. If you're a fan of Norman Bates and Bates Motel, then you would definitely like this. It kind of gave me those vibes. If you know, you know. But yeah, so that what made me excited. I was like, ooh, okay, it's giving me Norman Bates vibes. So yes, but then we have just this little romance involved as well, and she's just so out of her head. She's very interesting, and yes, I just loved it. My mom was reading it too. I read it first, and my mom read it. I was like, oh, okay, I can't wait to see her reactions and stuff. And yeah, I just liked it. She had it was her first person, which was super cool, and some of the stuff I felt like was TMI, but I was just loving it because I was just like, OMG, we're getting deep and personal and just really getting into her psyche. It was just very entertaining to me. So yes, so it definitely gave me also November 9th vibes. If you read November 9th by Colleen Hoover and you enjoyed that's one of my favorite Colleen Hoover books, is November 9th, and it kind of has that same feel to it as well. If you know, you know. Child, and this book had me looking up words because her diction was out of this world. I was like, OMG, look at all these big girl vocabulary words. So that was pretty fun. She had such an amazing vocabulary and such a superb diction. It was so cool. And yeah, this book is definitely going to have you laughing out loud. Yeah. So, especially at her stalker moments, and I feel like we all can relate to her at some extent. But yes, and I really loved Raymond. I love Sammy. Sammy was really cool. And yeah, it has a bunch of like stabs to my heart. I'm just like, OMG when stuff happens. And yeah, so 5 stars, y'all. I really like that book. The next book on our list, y'all. Ninth House by Lee Bardot. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is the perfect time to read it. I read it in September, and it really was getting me into the spooky vibe, so I was really excited for it. You guys know I love Lee Bardot. I will not I just will keep saying it in every single video. I have read the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I've read Six of Crows. I still need to read the second book, and then I want to read King of Scars. I just love her writing. It's just chef kiss. But this Ninth House is more adult fantasy, so this was really interesting, and also had some paranormal activity, ghosts kind of in there, so I was really excited for it. Yeah, this was more on the spooky side of things by Lee Bardot, and I was eating it up. I really liked what's her name, Alex Stern. She was amazing. She was such just like a strong main character. She spoke her mind. She was fierce. She was kind of gritty. I really enjoyed that, and yes, it would definitely get you into the spooky vibes. I feel like this is the perfect time to read it, y'all. And yeah, I just loved it. Yes, I gave it 5 stars. Obviously, I really enjoyed that we were at Yale as well. I was like, ooh, okay, that was super cool. Just the mixture of like Yale, and she could see ghosts, and it was a fun ride, a fun time. It left us on like a cliffhanger, so I can't wait to read Hellbent, which is the second book, the sequel. So, and if I'm looking down, just looking at my on my Goodreads, the next book that I read was Dom Casimiro by Machado de Assis. OMG, y'all. OMG. This was bravo. I gave this book 5 stars. This was such an exciting, like, I don't even know. It just reminds me of like sitting at a play. Like, that's how I felt. Bento was so engaging. I love that he would call us dear reader. I was just like, yes, I am here for it. Let me get my popcorn. I'm at the theater, because literally this book was wild. I say this is a love story where the main villain is revenge and jealousy. I'm sorry, not revenge, but jealousy. And OMG, y'all. The setting was beautiful. Even the chapter titles had me. I was just kicking my feet while reading this. I said, I love how engaging Bento is with his dear reader. I really felt like I was watching a play in a theater. This was an interesting love story with jealousy as the villain, and Bento gave me Scorpio vibes, and the titles of the chapters are everything. One of my favorites being The Worms. Bento is very observant and intelligent, and I love how he analyzes everyone's gestures. Being inside Bento's life and brain was very entertaining and filled with drama, and we're still left with like a few questions, but I think the conclusion was pretty obvious once you put all the puzzle pieces that Bento gives you. Like, come on now, it's pretty much obvious. So that was just an amazing ride. My mom read it first, and then I read it, and I kept being like, how'd you feel about this? How'd you feel about that? Cap 2, OMG. And the actress, we could not trust Cap 2. And Dom, he couldn't control his jealousy. And then we had his mom putting on, you know, kind of pressuring him to become a priest. So it was a whole thing. He was like, I don't want to be a priest, but she was like, this is your life's mission. So the whole thing was crazy. He literally would do everything under the sun to not become a priest. So it was wild, y'all. Wow. And it was like, also, we couldn't even trust him at times. He would keep telling us, oh, don't worry about that, because it was in first person. So he would say, oh, you know, I'll get to that later, or whatever. It was just so funny. I love how engaging he was with the readers. That was the best part of the book. Next, I read Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. OMG, y'all. OMG. Now, I ain't no stranger to Miss Taylor Jenkins Reid, alright? I've read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I've read Carrie Soto is Back. So yes, so I was excited for this. Maybe in Another Life. I love the butterfly effect and different choices and how that affects. I loved any type of books or movies that are about that, where it kind of choices could be different and like how it would affect your life and everything like that. I think that's so cool. So I was really excited to see how Miss Taylor Jenkins Reid, you know, how she put her own flavor on it. And we are presented this beautiful gem of a book. OMG, I read it so fast, y'all. When I said I was zooming through it, I was zooming through it. Zoom. It was amazing. OMG, it just gave me just amazing feelings while I read it. I love how I felt while I was reading it, and it just kind of gave you, it was a very like comforting book. If you're a foodie, OMG, like, do not read this book if you are hungry or anything, because literally it's gonna have you hungry. So that was one of my favorite parts, was that it just was a foodie's dream. You definitely get a love story. You pretty much get this 2 different alternating lives based on 2 decisions she decides to make. Sobbing, laughing, gasping. I really enjoyed this book, you guys. All the characters were so meaningful, and I really, I don't know, I just kind of got very emotional when it came to, what was the main character's name? Hold on. Hannah. So Hannah's the main character, but which really made me emotional was her connection with her best friend Gabby. And I have a B-Day twin named Gabby, so I was just like, OMG. And she acted just like her in the book. Like, she's so caring, and she would just do anything for her friends. So that just, I don't know, just really made me like the book even more. And then just the connections with all like the other characters, like her parents, her sister, and just adulting, basically trying to like make sure you're going through life and pretty much like your own destiny and stuff. So that was pretty cool, and I really enjoyed both of the alternate endings. And I said for my review, I said, OMG, I'm bawling, bravo. I really enjoyed both of her alternate endings. heads and tails. I really think Jesse's speech summed up the whole book and life in general. I really love how this book made me feel. And I read this book so fast, and now I want a cinnamon bun or food in general. LOL, hashtag foodie. So that was my review of the book. I gave it 5 stars, baby. And yes, it really just surprised me. Like, I don't know, I just kept reading it so fast, and I feel like I just really enjoyed that both of the different stories were so engaging, and some of the things were the same, and then there was a lot that was different. I don't know, it was just really cool just to see how things can unfold differently. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah. Alright. The last book that I read in September was Dirty Billionaire by Megan March. Now, y'all, I know I look like a baby, but I am in my 20s, okay? And I would only recommend this book if you're 18 and up, because, you know, you guys may not know, but I do like my spicy books, okay? I am a Scorpio. I do like my spicy spice. And you will definitely get your spicy spice out of here, okay? Just don't tell nobody, all right? But yes, I gave this book 3 stars because it was spice overload, okay? Like, it was a bit overload, but the story was good, and it did leave you on a cliffhanger, so I'm excited about that. I liked Mr. Creighton, if I'm saying his name right. Ooh, I really like the male character in here. I think, yeah, he was just your you're very interesting, suave kind of billionaire. Like, he wants to like control everything, and you know, he's like, oh, I'm not gonna fall, that type of guy. Like, I don't get attached. I can have everything I want at my fingertips. You know, period. And then you have this rising country star. She has her own issues. Her only mission is to improve her career and, you know, get her gains. You know, she's trying to become a popular country star artist. And so yeah, that was really cool. Kind of like stepped out of my comfort zone. I don't really read like country with country like settings and country stars, so that was really fun, and I can't wait to read more country or books dealing with like the country and like Nashville and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I love their kind of country slang in here, and I don't know, it was really fun. It was a quick read. I read it in a day, so if you just want a little spicy spice for a day, then you could read this. It is a series. I think it's 3 books. I know at least it's 2, but yeah, it was spicy. I gave it 3 stars. So yes, you guys, I think, yeah, so I had a pretty good September reading month, and I did not get to read everything. I didn't read everything that I wanted to read in September, so it's now carrying over to October. So if you want, you can go over and, you know, check out my October TBR, and you can see pretty much the carryover. I don't know what it was. I felt like, I don't know, but hopefully October we will get through more books, and yeah. Anyways, guys, hope you guys have an amazing month. Bye.